We can put all the pieces to this puzzle together now. That is why Offset swung on J. Prince Sr. and Mike Prince tried to break it up. Okay, it's aired out there now. Everybody want to have the fact of what's really going on when we all can really look at this and really take full initiative to this. You can't be mad at your cousin, your homie, your friend, nobody for messing with your girl if your girl allowed it to happen. You know for a fact that if your girl is with you, she with you, and she's gonna show that. I want y'all to really look at this, man, and really pay attention to what Quavo's sister said, because she's really upset at the fact that Mob Ties even came out and said J. Prince Sr. was the one who basically, he dissed Takeoff. RIP Takeoff, man, because at the end of the day, J. Prince Sr., he saw Cardi B, he approached her with respect. Y'all gotta really pay attention to what's going on, because by him even approaching Offset girl, it made Offset instantly. He run up. He swing. Oh girl, she try to grab his arm. He throw her back, man. He instantly ran up. Next thing you know, they instantly called security. J. Prince Sr., he tried to avoid the situation, but you can't walk up on nobody girl in all actual reality and basically tell her boyfriend to stop something. Like, at the end of the day, we know for a fact, RIP Takeoff. I want y'all to really look at everything that's going on. Church. Quavo, he heated because of one reason, and we can all really look at this and really take the connection and really run. He'll set anybody up, man. Like, I want y'all to know what's really going on, man. And we all know for a fact what happened with Takeoff. And Mike Prince spoke out and started crying. But people saying that Mob Ties was the one that sent Takeoff up. So why is y'all crying? J. Prince Jr., he just want to know why Gillie the Kid and Wallo, why did they drop that? Like, at the end of the day, they could have edited that out of there. Like, they basically banking on the fact that J. Prince Jr., he warned and Offset, like, look at what's really going on, because it's people sitting back like, why would J. Prince Jr. and them even like get mad because the video circulated? The video circulated for one reason. Because if the video never circulated, nobody would have known that J. Prince Jr. walked off like that and left that man right there.
There's going to be a lot of videos that come up, because you figure there was at least 40-ish people, they say, around, and then all the cameras from the businesses.
Yeah, but you got to understand, the Billers and Bowler, that whole place, they got security cameras surrounded it.
Right. But they got them all day long. So all night long, as they were coming and going, they got cuts of everybody. Like a clear cut, not a panic cut like they would at the end.
And then one thing that they kept saying in the news, they said that why would they even keep bringing up a dice game, but the argument was about a basketball game?
I think I heard that it was a dice game, and then they were challenging.
They did a one-on-one after the dice game, and Quavo won. And dude got mad because Quavo won after the dice game. So people not sitting there looking like they was at the Billers and Bowling. It's a whole arcade with the basketball. Like, you gotta understand, they thought that they can beat Quavo in the basketball all because of one thing. Because they thought that because he was drunk off the lean, that he wasn't gonna win. They was betting 10, 20,000 a hand. Y'all gotta look at what's really going on, man, and pay attention to the people who realized, sitting back in the background, who didn't want to speak up when they saw everybody that ran up on Takeoff, man. And they kept saying, like, hold on, why would Cardi B even say that it was a setup if it wasn't a setup?
I mean, there's a lot of information that's gonna come out, but a lot of people are saying that it's possibly because they were watching, they had eyes on him the whole time, and they were right behind him at the end, when anything could have been provoking it, or it could have been intended.
This goes
No
to
way
show
to know.
that a lot of people don't want to get involved in it, because if you pay attention to RP Duke the Jeweler, because they said that Duke the Jeweler was the same person around Jay Prince and them when that happened. They was around Jay Prince now. Like, it goes to show, like, the magnitude of, like, the people who hating on you and they around you. That's why I say, watch your circle, man. Lil Cam was the one, he was standing behind Takeoff when Takeoff ran up. And I want y'all to know one thing. Jay Prince Jr., you sat there and showed your respect towards Takeoff and the whole Migos by walking over the man. Once you walked over him, it goes to show your respect for him and that you wasn't protecting him. At the end of the day, why was them two dudes waiting behind Takeoff as if they already knew that Takeoff was gonna be the one who run in the crowd and try to save Offset? And he was gonna be the one that run in the crowd and try to save Quavo. If you really pay attention to it, they already said that dude with the yellow hoodie was the main one. Because after he hit Takeoff, he ran. I want y'all to know that Jay Prince Jr. being in the middle of the fight, he literally sat there and could have avoided the whole thing. He could have told everybody, hey, fall back, man, because y'all see they with us. They checked in already. They with us.
I mean, at the end of the day, there was a lot of people that saw everything that happened, but nobody expected it to be right there behind them.
And from one thing that everybody know, Lil Cam, the man, they sunk the man up, man. At the end of the day, they sunk the man up. And who dropped the location? Who dropped Lil Cam location if didn't nobody know he did that? Once the internet got to the video of what happened with Takeoff, man, RP Takeoff, man, soon as y'all come in the building, man, before you do anything, as soon as they got there, man, they already knew what was finna happen, man. They already knew they wanted Quavo to realize, sit there and bow down to them, man. You gotta understand, Takeoff didn't check in. Takeoff didn't go to Big J Prince Senior house. Y'all gotta understand, it was only Migo, Bands, you feel me? And Quavo. Like, at the end of the day, you can't sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or hold nothing back, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that they tweet. And that Charleston White even coming out and saying, don't nobody care about mob ties. Mob ties is nobody. They only in their own area. Like, at the end of the day, Charleston White, he reached out and said, I just talked to Buddy. Buddy already said Charleston White reached out and said that dude instantly, he was the main one, set the whole thing up. The people who was with Jay Prince now. So you got to understand, why didn't they blow in the crowd, like around Takeoff? The reason they didn't do that because the intended target was Takeoff. People sitting back, they looking at this from a whole different perspective, but you can all take into full consideration in all actual reality that, man, it's another guy gone to senseless violence, man. They sunk that man up, and that man was only there for his album release, man.
I mean, they were down there for a couple of weeks, and a lot of people had an idea where they were because they've been continuing to drop their location, continuing to promote what they're doing, and obviously at the same time, you know, like meeting people while they're promoting. So everybody knew where they were continuously down there.
So when they even came out and said, like, yeah, Jay Prince Jr. stepped over Takeoff, Jay Prince Jr. didn't even help them when they was trying to, like, make sure he was straight. When old girl was like, what should we do? What did Jay Prince Jr. do? The man walked off. The man walked off and said, man, go over there. Go stand over there. Get away from him. We don't want nobody to say that we did nothing. Get away from him. Y'all got to understand this, man. And Jay Prince Jr. walked right back up in the bowling alley after this happened, man.
I mean, maybe he thought that it was going to continue on. Maybe he thought that there was more intended.
They wanted to leave a scene before the people pulled up.
Right.
Y'all know when you leave a scene after something just happened, you're a potential witness. You're a potential suspect. Right. And from what the lady said who was right there, she said that Jay Prince Jr. and them hopped in the black Sprinter van. You feel me?
Yeah.
They didn't hop in the other cars that that was trailing them on their way over there, man.
Right, but those ones are the safe ones. You know what I mean? Those are intended to be able to move fast, and I think they're made with a special material too to protect against anything that might be coming at it.
Like, I think it's a level 2 or level 3 plated. That's what I think.
Some sort of...
Yeah, because the windows on J. Prince Jr. truck, it like you can't even, like, if you grab a spark plug, it wouldn't even like bust the window out. Like, I want y'all to really take heed to this, man. That J. Prince Jr. got Takeoff name tattooed on his leg, man. Like, this goes to show, man, he's sending his condolences, but at the same time, man, it was your homie that sent them up.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you were part of it, and then you put something on you, I don't know what good that's gonna come of it. You know.
Like, all that's gonna do is show them that your appreciation of Takeoff, man. Like, real life, they put the memorial out there and everything. People step back and said, like, hold on. Quavo don't like the fact that they didn't real life shout Takeoff out. You know, they ain't shout him out like they were supposed to, man. At the end of the day, we know for a fact it's too many people sitting back like it could have easily been avoided. It's either you gonna allow it or avoid it.
Right. I mean, he definitely wanted to leave earlier in the night, and so makes you wonder, like, if he left early in the night, would it have been a different situation? Would it have happened outside? Like, was this still gonna happen? You know, but he didn't end up leaving early. They ended up staying longer, and resulting he got sent up that night.
I want to let y'all know one thing, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you rocking with Takeoff, man, hey, throw them Takeoffs down in the comment section. Throw them Migos down in the comment section. I want to let y'all know Migo Bands just spoke out to the DA. He just let the DA know that he real life didn't get a clear view of what was really going on. All he knew was the dude with the yellow hoodie was Lil Cam, and he had the blicky out. I want y'all to pay attention to what's going on, because the family, man, they so sad right now. They looking at this like, hold on, don't they got footage from the bowling alley? Don't they got footage from all the angles that he stepped on a lot of people before Lil Cam real life got booked? Y'all gotta pay attention to what's going on, because from what the DA saying, the DA real life, they put their finger on the main person who caused the situation. And I always tell y'all, when a person caused the situation, this is really gonna affect everybody in the crowd, because you know how when something pop up, you have to really pay attention to it, because they son Duke up. Takeoff got hit up by one of J. Prince Jr. Malta's affiliates. Right. People know this, and people sitting back looking like, hold on, I don't trust them like that, because they realize they treacherous. Right.
I mean, and they were down there for a couple of weeks working on their project, trying to get it out there. So everybody knew they were out there. So who's to say?
Lil Cam broke off house arrest just to go there, because how did he get caught with the piece? Right.
I mean, to me, the crazy part is that Lil Cam is 16. And so, like, all the stuff that goes back to 2018, his, like, Hayden tweets, he was, like, young. I mean, he's young now. So, 2018, he was a bit younger. And who's to say he went out that night to break it and just do what he wanted to do, and that's it.
He wanted to real life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. From what his cousin saying, man, they set that man up because he knew for a fact that they was gonna corner him off, and then Migo Bands made a mistake and hit him up. Right. They said his own crew hit him up. They said Lil Cam was the only one that instantly ran up behind him, tried to snatch the chain, and end up popping them at the same time.
Right. Now, if they're able to recover the piece,
they already did ballistics though.
Right. But will they be able to tie it to other stuff? Because because you know a lot of times that's what happens.
If
it's like,
they had a same blick.
Right.
For a long time,
Right.
they had a blick for a long time. They've been in a whole bunch of drills, and they've been out there like real live, like going in on people. Like you see what happened with Duke, and from what they saying that the move that Lil Cam got caught with, it was tied to Duke the Jeweler.
I mean,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Breaking news, y'all, man. I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on because Duke the Jeweler, man, R.I.P. to Duke the Jeweler, man, because they realized, set that and thought that it was sweet, man. It's justice for these boys, man. At the end of the day, I know for a fact that people sitting right here looking like, why would they even run up on Duke like that, though? They ran up on Duke because they wanted the jury bag.
Yeah.
But the reason why they ran up on Takeoff is because Lil Cam wanted to real life take that chain, man. He wanted that Migos pendant.
Right. And the thing is everybody be checking in exactly where they go, too. So you know along the way, even if you thought that they were going to be there, you can even confirm because people actually put themselves in that place while they're there.
Checking in for goofies.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because you can get sent up just by checking in. Them people you don't know, man. You only know the people you checking into. You don't know the people who they got in the background as they security.
Right.
Who thirsty.
Right.
They ain't got no money.
Right. You go live on location, you just don't know who's watching you.
Real live, and they said that in Lil Cam's car, where they found one of the diamonds off Takeoff chain, man. And y'all gotta really pay attention to that, man, because if you find a diamond in the car, the diamond worth, it was a baguette. So you gotta really look at it. The baguette's worth more than the regular diamonds. The diamonds is gonna determine where it came from. So if they got all of it did by a certain jeweler, you realize gotta pay attention to it because it'll track back.
Right.
Everything got a tracker to it.
Right.
And from what they saying is they pinged all the towers. And you gotta really look at the fact that when Lil Cam ran off and he came out of the bowling alley when J. Prince Jr. was jumped over Takeoff, you realize gotta pay attention to the fact that they pinged his iPhone, man. All the way from there to the, you feel me?
Yeah.
To the car.
Yeah, I mean, technology is crazy. It can tell exactly where you are. It can see who's next to you, who's around you.
And that's why Lil Cam, he's mad right now because they got that man. They asked this man, do you want to be in PC or not? He said he want to be in population.
I mean, it is what it is, you know?
And we know for a fact that you really can't be in population if you know you got the Migos people behind you. This is Migos connection. And what they saying about the Rico indictment is sad because too many people going down for it. 14 people they realized got in that 62-page indictment, man.
I mean, they're gonna find there's more people connected, and who's to say Lil Cam? Who's to say he's gonna end up ratting on himself in there? Or what's gonna be said, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Lil Cam was the main one who they said that he was the one who realized pulled the same move that he got caught with, the piece. Like, the same piece, man. He only had 2 more shells still in there, man. It was over with from that point. They already knew what happened. They said, why was your clip empty? You feel me? Why was it only 2 left up in there?
Right. I mean, and they may end up even tying it with something else. There's a lot of times there's stuff that's cold and they're looking for pieces that go together, and it's just a matter of time through everything's run through the system, and then they start connecting the dots. It happens so often.
Yeah, but I sit back and look at it like, why would they even put themselves in this predicament?
Right.
And a lot of people don't think before they do certain things, but when it all boils down to it, you will sit there and look at it like, hold on. It was too many people there. Mike Prince, he didn't want to tell on Migo Bands. But Migo Bands already knew for a fact that once they come question him, he was telling on Lil Cam because that's the person who he was staring at.
Right.
That's the only person who really had the blicky.
I mean, they're gonna know because they know what ultimately sent Takeoff up. You know, and when they match it together or whatever they're able to find, they're gonna be able to figure exactly out everything out.
Yeah, that's why I sit back and I look at it. I'll be like, you know what? They better be cautious about the people that they keep around them because anybody could hear a conversation and be like, you know what? I'm finna go report this to the feds because they son Takeoff up. Even if they in mob ties.
I mean, that's the thing. What is everyone, or what's the line of you're gonna protect yourself for? You know, at what cost will you protect yourself?
It should be by any means.
Right.
And if y'all feel that Takeoff was sent up by his own people, throw them Takeoff in the comment section, man. Let me know how y'all feel, man. And if y'all feel that he was sent up by J. Prince Jr., throw them 999s in the comment section. I want y'all to really pay attention to this, man, because it's really a big thing that a lot of people sitting back looking at it like Takeoff is one of the ones that started the Migos. The Migo bands was one of the ones who wanted to rap just like them. So you gotta understand that, and if y'all really go and really pay attention to the video, y'all see that it's chopped up. If y'all think the video chopped up, let me know.
I mean, there was a lot of, I saw it looked like it was a bit choppy, I thought, my own opinion.
Yeah, because if y'all pay attention, if y'all would have literally look at the video and look at the first 10 seconds of the video, you'll hear a squeaking noise. Some type of, you feel me? Like it all goes back to Quavo getting into it, and you hear Quavo voice, you hear Quavo instantly. Man, I ain't trying to play no basketball. People sat there and said that it wasn't over the basketball, but they said it was over basketball. So that goes to show that Takeoff real life was trying to protect Quavo. People know this.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that it was like, originally I thought they were talking about a regular basketball game, but I guess they were talking about basketball in the arcade there at the alley. That's what I was, like, I heard from a couple different people. And so at first though, I'm thinking 2 in the morning, where are you gonna play basketball? Outside? Like, and then I'm like, oh, it makes a little more sense. Like, you know, you figure you're having your good time and you're like, oh, I'll beat you at this basketball inside at the arcade. Like, you know what I mean? It makes a little bit more sense. But like at that hour, nothing. We all know nothing good happens at like hours like that. You know what I mean?
It's too many people with blickies.
Yep, too many people with blickies.
And they in the hood. J. Prince Jr. and them real life sitting back like, we don't want Quavo and them to think it's sweet, but we gonna protect them to a certain extent.
Right, everyone's ego's getting the best of them. No one's gonna back down because, God forbid they back down. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because you already know Migo Bands pulled out the blick. He instantly started blowing. He boom, 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 boom. The only reason he started blowing, he was blowing at Lil Cam. And Lil Cam sat there and said like, man, you almost hit me, boy. Like, real talk, man. Migo Bands was thinking Lil Cam was holding Takeoff up, y'all.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you know that Lil Cam was trying to snatch the whole Migos bender.
I mean, it's just crazy that you'd have someone so close to you, you know, not even thinking that that's going to be the one ultimately that sends you up.
Yeah.
It's right there next to him.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, you was looking him right in the eyes, man. And I always tell people, man, them people you grew up with, man, them the main ones. They love you, but they'll send you up, man, certain people, because they'll look at you like, hold on, I need what he got. You feel me? At the end of the day, we know for a fact that Migo Bands, He sat there and didn't even go to the front.
I mean, a lot of times there's a lot of jealousy and envy, and that's what ends up people do what they do because of it. It doesn't make sense, but that's what ultimately ends up being the cause for them to, do what they did.
Everybody was you feel me? It was a lot of people there, and only people who was in that vicinity could basically identify Migo bands, and they can really look at the fact like J. Prince Jr. was in the midst of everything. He was in the middle of the crowd. Like on phone there, man, I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on.
I mean, the thing is currently what we know is that they picked up Lil Cam based upon him violating his probation initially. And then from there, he was arrested for illegal possession of carrying a piece. Somewhere along in the paperwork, it also mentioned that there was a stolen vehicle and something to do with in California, but that's just something that was heard, not 100% sure on that part. But we know that Lil Cam's been hating on him since 2018. I mean, they had a lot of tweets that had resurfaced, so it shows there was a lot of animosity going back for the last couple of years.
Yeah, and they said that he was booked for felony possession. This goes to show y'all, man. And I always tell y'all, man, if y'all in the streets, man, be cautious of the things that you do, man, because your own homies could be the one that rat you out in real life. Look at you like you gonna snitch on the whole mob ties. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Take heed to this, because everybody know for a fact that he was already on house arrest. It ain't no coincidence that he was out that late and he knew that he had to be in the crib at a certain time. He real life went out there, and from what they saying, listen to this, y'all. They saying that this man went out there because he wanted to real life take off chain, man.
I mean, the one thing is though, is we know he was picked up without bond. And so one of the things that they're hoping for is that, a lot of times these arrests, they lead to the incriminating, information, or they end up talking and they, one way or another, brag or discuss what's happened with cellmates, and before you realize it, they end up ratting on themselves. And so it's just a matter of time. Like, they got him in there, they're keeping him in there, they're not going to let him out. And we don't know. I mean, obviously, there's no facts that he has the piece that they're looking for, but who's to say what he's going to say, what he did with it, because they'll be looking for that next.
Yeah, and this goes to show that a lot of people sit back and some people don't want to look at this from a certain perspective, but you have to be mindful of what happened to Takeoff. Takeoff was one of the main ones who real life was sitting there looking like, okay, these people real life, they trying to gang up on Quavo, so let me walk over them. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if these people real life gon' try to jump on Quavo. But it turned around. Migo bands instantly, he up moved. Once he up moved, he instantly, only reason he was doing that is because he saw Lil Cam pull out the piece. Y'all really gotta look at that, man. If you in the streets, ain't nobody finna pull out a piece if they not finna use it. That's why he ran up on the back of Takeoff after he walked so many feet above him.
Right. I mean, the thing is it's all gonna be seen on the footage, and obviously the footage that was picked up by, the HPD isn't gonna be shared openly until the time comes with the case. I mean, there's no way of saying or knowing exactly what else they have on Lil Cam, because at the end of the day, they just put down what they have him for, and it's going to be a matter of time that they're trying to work with the information that they already know and feeding it to see what else they can get out of him.
Yeah, because a lot of people sat back and they sat there and said, like, hold on, I'm not finna let this man come out here in real life have all these chains on, and realize I already don't like these, man. This is what Lil Cam was saying, y'all. And y'all gotta understand the video footage, it has audio. And you gotta really understand that they know everything that was going on that happened, even though the footage was chopped up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's footage from different angles and different areas too, so they're gonna pick up a lot of different sounds as well. Figure on the way out, ahead of time, afterwards, and everything will be able to, hopefully piece together to get justice.
Yeah, because everything that
they have found, initially, they had picked him up, I guess, for breaking his probation, being out late. And then from there, it was the piece. And I guess, some of the paperwork, they said that something along the lines that he had stole a car in California, but, there hasn't been too much information about that, other than the fact that we know that he was picked up with no bond, and he basically, the charge right now is gun possession, and because he has a felon, and that was the night that Takeoff was sent up, and they have it all on footage. Everybody knows exactly what happened. They can see that he was out there, and he broke the probation initially being out that late.
J. Prince Jr.